much did you save this week? And then we'd take note of them. But then it wasn't really a chore.
Nah,
It was sort of like part of our daily life. It's
Lifestyle.
like doing your homework. Actually, doing homework was more of a hassle than saving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because at least it's just once a week.
Yeah, and it also felt good that when you write it down, you feel like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
actually getting more money
yeah.
after this.
So, with the savings, I mean, you're the eldest, so you've saved more kasi from grade 1, di ba? And then you're graduating already. Was there a time that you wanted to withdraw a part of it to buy something that you really wanted to get for yourself?
Splurge on?
To splurge on.
Well, one time in grade school, the three of us wanted to buy a Game Boy.
Okay.
Because we wanted to play Pokemon back then.
Yeah, that
and then
was-
our mom said, "Oh, why don't you save for it?" So, okay, challenge accepted.
So the three
So
of
like
us,
one Game Boy each.
Ano,
Nah,
one
just-
Game Boy for the three
For
of
the
us.
three of you, okay.
and it was funny because when we went to the store,
Yeah, we went to Toy
we
Club.
brought our big chests.
Yeah.
Each of us
the,
bought our
the
own
box
treasure
of
chest.
savings, and then so when
Paid.
you paid, you had to open up and then the coins and the 20
peso bills, like all of our allowance. Not all actually.
Yeah.
We still managed to save some. But then the Game Boy was what 3,000 or 4,000.
I'm not.
But the store lady was laughing when she
Very
saw
amused.
all the barya being put there. So that was the biggest purchase we had.
And that
When you
was
were
when you were
kids.
grade school.
Yeah.
Yes, grade school. After that, I don't know. Personally, I timed my big spendings on my birthdays so that it will be a gift
Yeah.
instead of coming from my own pocket. But then I don't know. We don't really spend that often or that big.
Would you have it other way? I'm sure your friends they're not as disciplined savers as you are. I mean, I'm just guessing that maybe because not everybody are savers, especially at your age. Would you have it the other way around? Like, sana na lang my mom didn't or my parents didn't really make a save so that I can like buy the latest gadget like what they have, what my friends have, or something like. Did you wanted? I mean, did you ever think you had it sana another way?
For me, I think that's a dangerous attitude towards purchasing things like either for your needs or wants. I mean, it's good that we were able to save. I mean, they taught us how to save earlier on because we're still dependent on them. It's better to make mistakes right now that we still live under their house instead of committing those mistakes when we have our own family or when we start working. For me, I think I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a good practice for us.
As the kuya, do you tell them the same thing also? You know, it's good that mom and dad is telling us to save, you know, don't complain or things like. Do you tell them that as
Well,
the kuya?
there was no
because
need to
none of
nag.
us were complaining.
Okay.
Actually, because we all saw the benefits of saving. Like all our savings were going up. Because recently our mom asked us to make balance sheets every quarter.
Balance
And-
sheets, mom.
Training for accounting.
Yeah.
And then it was it was good.
We were pretty surprised that after
Um,
all the years, we actually
Gained.
have
money.
have a lot. Yeah, but since we were able to make it all clear in front of us, like what we've been saving for, there's like a purpose to it now, and we see
True.
where the numbers are actually going, and we're pretty happy with how things are.
Just to add what he said, I think it's important that the child or the individual has a stake of ownership in his own savings instead of just having his or her parents automatically put it in the bank account without him knowing how much he actually received. Because if you're aware of how much you have, at least you can have the initiative and you sort of have the sense of ownership that okay, this is my quote unquote baby, this is my project, and it's up to me to take care of it. So I guess they have to be aware also of what's happening in their own savings and not just the parents. I mean, it's good that the parents are there, so it's sort of a safeguard that it's automatic that whatever they receive for their birthday or for their graduation or for whatever event or occasion, it's a safeguard that it automatically gets saved. But then, for me, I think from my experience, it's best if the person knows, okay, so what's happening in my with my savings or with my money, so that you have a sense of ownership and you can take care of
Do you tell this also to your friends? Like, do you try to influence them to save as well?
To save maybe the basic level of it, but then to go deeper with financial statements, it's I think it's kind of a touchy topic sometimes because
Yeah, because people have different values, so
Yes,
you don't
yes,
wanna be
impose.
Yeah, you don't wanna
don't
impose or
impose
sound
your-
self-righteous.
Yeah. And like I have like I'm learning for you guys. I have two girls, no, and I think it's quite different having girls and boys because girls have so many needs. They want to go to the parlor, they want to go to, they want the latest skirt, they have the manicure and ganyan. So actually, there's a resistance for me from my daughter. What, mom? It's my birthday. I want to treat myself to a parlor or something like that. It girls kasi you guys naman, you don't have to go to the barber or go to the spa and ganyan. Diba? So what do you think as a mother? What can I advise them or tell them to encourage them?
Well, first of all, whether you're a guy or a girl, you still need food. You still need to have enjoyment. You still need to have fun. So, I guess having the gender difference isn't really a big deal.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
in my perspective.
Yeah.
What you can tell, for example, siguro to daughters is that in the future they'll be handling their household. I mean, usually in our society, it's usually the guy who works, and then it's the woman who takes care of the house, who takes care of the children, and having that sense of being able to prioritize your values, being able to set aside, having that kind of attitude is important. Not just for yourself, but also for the family you're gonna have. And even if you're not gonna have a family, it's also important that you don't die poor. Because sayang naman lahat ng pinaghirapan
Yeah,
mo.
that's true.
So for me that's what I can say to your daughters.
Or like or like our viewers here na parents who don't know how to tell how to motivate their children, know how to save, how to to keep their money and make it grow. Your parents said that you had your savings, you have your stocks, you have your mutual funds, your UITFs, I think, no. So as an experienced investor in your age range, what can you advise our viewers, no, on saving? How can you advise them, and what can you like a message for them before we end our show?
for saving.
Yeah, for saving and the discipline and what show them or explain to them like the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture of saving?
Okay. Well, I guess in terms of the bigger picture, what's better is if you take it day by day. Because honestly, I think it's a little bit of a pressure if you think of it too much in the large scale all the time. So what's more important is that, for example, whenever you have cash gifts, for example, in your birthday, you should know that, oh, I should try to save it this time. And then the next day, when you get your allowance, there should be like every day there should be like something that's saved, because that little act of saving a little bit every day is what's gonna be the big picture after that. And in terms of the investments, I guess should we still show the presentation or
We have
still have
few minutes.
time.
Yeah.
will we or
If can we still show it?
or
We have the last 3 minutes.
okay.
And yeah.
So
just
well,
continue.
just to wrap it up, that presentation was about mainly you have to save a little bit. Till a while ago we said you had a treasure chest. Something like that. Once you have a certain amount, that's when you can deposit to the bank or ATM account. But then if you have like when
If
it
you reach
reaches
a certain amount.
reach much higher than the minimum that you need, that's when you try to go into something like the stocks.
Yeah, you
there
see
you
the
go.
presentation
Okay,
there.
yeah.
So from your allowance, you put it in a box. We call it a treasure box. And then, for example, it reaches at least 1,000 pesos. You deposit it in the ATM account or your savings account. And then, when your savings account reaches a certain amount that you're satisfied with, you can invest it and in the stock market or in the different investments, and not just in the savings account, so that your money will work for you. Your money can grow by itself without you having to touch it all the time.
And since we're just kids, it's okay to take risks, because you know that your parents are still there to
Yeah.
give you the
And you
basic
still have that
necessities.
long
backup.
period of the
Yeah.
ups and downs, eh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So just make saving a daily habit. It's like eating healthy, like eating fruits after every
that-
meal.
like a diet.
You don't have to think of or obsess about it all the time. But as long as you keep doing it every day, it becomes a habit, and it sort of becomes part of you. And having saving as become part of you isn't really a bad thing, because in the
Yes.
future it's going to be really helpful, as what a lot of the people today are realizing, and I hope that they'll realize, more these days.
Yeah. And to think about it as a habit, once the saving becomes a habit, it's practically effortless now for us, because
Yeah.
in terms of saving, it just becomes automatic that
It's like drinking water after you sweat.
yeah, so it's not really a big deal. You have to make sure to just put in a little effort, and then soon you'll get much bigger rewards.
But of course, remember that you have to enjoy also
Yeah,
your fruits of labor.
I see. So there you have it, viewers, from our two young gentlemen here. Make savings a daily habit. Make it like like they say, it's like having fruits after you eat. No, so it's a daily habit, because if you don't really discipline yourself from doing this, then you cannot. It's going to be hard to create a wealth. We need to manage our wealth wisely. Calculate every move you make towards spending your money. You have to respect the wealth that you have made for you and your family, and honor God and thank Him for the talent, the wisdom that He gave us, that brought us where we are today. Again, I leave you with the magic 3. With luck comes preparedness. Make your money work harder for you and build wealth for your peace of mind. Just and lastly, thank you, Laurent, for my hair today from Frank Pavot, and Tess for my makeup also today. So we'll see you next week, same time, same channel, as we continue learning more about the different business, investment, and investment opportunities. Boys, maybe you'd like to say goodbye to our viewers.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for
and,
Have a good day.
thank you
I
for
hope
watching.
you guys take an inspiration from them. Again, maraming salamat po at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.